I'll never forget that time when you were teaching at the Portland School of Astrology where you were talking about how, I want you to actually do it again, if I can ask you to do that, but like, you were talking about like comparing the human soul to a plant that's like growing, like, it's like pushing out into a shape and, or like, it's like a vacuum. I don't remember which direction it was, but I remember this motion that you made with your body and like, it just kind of blew my mind around like how we develop into a way physically actually unfolding into space. Like, can you talk about that?
Yeah, well, actually, that's ancient teleology theory. I didn't really invent that. The ancient, and you see this in Solomon all the time. You probably noticed this, Jessica, but he compares people to plants constantly. And in philosophical questions, they would always compare the person to a plant. Like, for example, do you guys ever have clients who are like, when am I going to lose weight according to my chart? Well, my answer is always like, well, does a plant look the same when it's a spindly little character as it does when it's growing squash fruit in the middle of its life? Like, basically, we are plants growing, and they would say that we're a roving plant. Like, our navel is the root of the plant when we're in the womb, and the placenta is like the soil in which we're growing. And then when we come out, then we start roving around, but we're still a plant. And so they actually had this thing called the grasping urge. They said that the transits overtake us and with a heartfelt longing, like, you and I had a longing to work together. So they say, enjoy that heartfelt longing. Now grasp at whatever is pulling to you. So I'm like grabbing at Jenn. I'm like, all right, Jenn, I'm coming to your lecture. Here I come. So we're grasping at each other. And that is what grows the human plant, is grasping for things. So if I grab my black Sharpie and I'm like, I'm going to draw a chart with my Sharpie, like that grasping urge is what grew me, but they say it all starts with the heartfelt longing of the transit. Like, so this is all teleology theory. It's not me, it's teleology.
Yeah, but when you say grasp, then my German brain clicks on and goes to greifen, which is begreifen, which is to understand as well. And this reaching, which then becomes a knowing, which then becomes an understanding, which then might become wisdom, depending on where you put it after you know it, right?
Wow.
Grasp.
Well, that's actually brilliant, because they say if you're not growing, you're dying. Like, anything that's not growing is dying. So actually, like, literally, I love that. You're right. We might grasp something mentally. That's such a good analogy. Like, to grasp a new concept grows us in a day, right? Like, and they say that learning things drops dopamine. Like, if you want to get high, just stay being an astrologer, because like you'll learn something real and then you're grasping a new thing and then you're growing. And like,
I have a theory that a lot of people who have ADHD gravitate towards this profession because there's never an end, and you can always pick up a new thing and be like, oh, shiny. Oh, look at that. Oh, my 12th part, like whatever. Yeah. I hear that. Dopamine for sure. Astrology is a drug.